Namaskar. Today's episode I am recording outdoors, so there may be a little bit of disturbance. However, we will go through it and we will get sufficiently good quality. Before I start sharing today's case, I'd like to make mention of 2 points pertaining to yesterday's case, where we compared the case of two couples and we discussed the relationship between the understanding of chemistry of relationships, psychology, personalities, and the financial wellness. 2 points which I would like to mention today indicatively, which we will take up in detailed discussion in one of the next episodes, one of the future episodes. The first point will be about the four quadrants from which people or all of us earn money. Four quadrants, namely employee quadrant, self-employed quadrant, बिजनेस क्वाड्रेंट एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट क्वाड्रेंट. हम चार तरीकों से पैसे कमा सकते हैं. पहला एम्प्लॉय अर्थात जॉब करके, दूसरा सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड यानी अपना छोटा बिजनेस या छोटा स्वरोजगार का कोई जरिया बनाकर, बिजनेस अर्थात एक टीम और एक पूंजी के साथ एक ऐसा सिस्टम बनाकर जहां से हमारी मेहनत के ऊपर नहीं बल्कि सिस्टम की इफेक्टिवनेस के ऊपर हमारी इनकम डिपेंडेंट होती है. और चौथा क्वाड्रेंट होता है इन्वेस्टमेंट क्वाड्रेंट, जिसके बारे में हम विस्तार से चर्चा आगे करेंगे. The second point which we will take up in one of the next episodes is about the power of microeconomics of family. This is something which is conceptual, but we will discuss about it. Coming to today's case, it is a quick case which all of us will understand because it is very simple. It is about one of the shopping experience from Amazon when I had to replace the keyboard of my personal computer PC. Now, my hardware technician had once suggested me that whenever you need a keyboard, try and go for that keyboard which is having a circular socket, the one with 9 pins. So, keeping his suggestion on my mind, when I had to replace the keyboard, I looked for the best possible quality and I have no hesitation in taking the name of the brand because it is a good brand, Indian brand. It is TVSE Bharat Gold. और जब मैंने TVSE भारत गोल्ड कीबोर्ड का 9 सॉकेट वाला सर्कुलर सॉकेट वाला कीबोर्ड अमेजोन पे ऑर्डर किया, so till ordering everything was fine, but when I received this consignment, it was a brand was same TVSE, but it was the one which was having USB socket. Now, because it differed from my order details, so I initiated the process of communicating with the Amazon or through Amazon with the seller. Amazon connected me to the seller ultimately because Amazon said that it is covered under replacement policy. So if you are not satisfied with what has been supplied to you, we will entertain the replacement also and refund. But you speak with the supplier once. So when I spoke with supplier, I found out, or it emerged that he is one supplying or doing this business on Amazon from a smaller town somewhere near Gwalior. I think it is Guna. So ultimately, when I indicated that I want to replace or return the keyboard, he spoke with me. And he had already lost quite a bit of confidence because of email exchanges which had happened in the process of coming up to this far. And when he called me up, his lack of confidence was actually showing up. It was showing up that he was not able to handle the emails properly because it was all in English. And when he started talking with me, he was already apologetic and with loss of confidence. He tried to convince me, but he couldn't convince me. Actually, what he could have simply said is that because of the change in technology, USB keyboards are more in supply, and it is very difficult to get the 9-pin circular socket keyboard. और यदि वो बहुत ही सिंपल लैंग्वेज में कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ मुझे ये एक्सप्लेन करता तो शायद मैं रिप्लेसमेंट नहीं करता. आई वुडंट हैव रिटर्न्ड द कीबोर्ड. But somehow I was not convinced with the way he was communicating with me, and I decided to return the keyboard, and ultimately Amazon refunded the amount to me. Now this is where I would like to kind of caution or make aware the youngsters and startup enthusiasts who are very much excited about technology and Amazon and Flipkart and all the all the platforms which are available out there. I'd like to remind that all those facilities and technology is available though, but until and unless we are ready with set of skills required at our end, the technology and the opportunity, we will not be able to deploy it properly. Ultimately, after the refund, of course, the seller also would have been, he would have lost his sales balance on the amount on the Amazon platform. Communication, it's not the language alone. Communication is very important. Not only in case of sales, like in this case, but also in terms of partnerships, in terms of parenting, in the role of, even if you're, I have seen number of candidates, simple question, tell us something about yourself. Open-ended question, something about you, something about the candidate. Those candidates are unable to handle properly because not that they don't know about themselves, but they do not know how to communicate or what to communicate about themselves. So time and again, just as much as the opportunities are available out there, just as much as ambitious we are to explore, to be able to accomplish in our career, as much is important that we understand the role of language and communication and how it helps us to accomplish our objectives and goals and thereby ensure the financial wellness for us. So with this, I would like to recall the three kinds of ignorances that we have discussed so far. In the first episode, we discussed about how the ignorance of facts, the ignorance of the real world can disturb our financial wellness. Second episode, we talked about how ignorance about relationships, psychology, and personality, and the chemistry of all this disturbs our financial wellness. In the third episode, today, we talked about how ignorance about language and communication disturbs our financial wellness. And same is case with a fourth kind of ignorance, ignorance about how money works. That is what we are going to cover in this program. If we are not aware about how money works, what is the nature of money, what are the principles behind the financial wellness, what are the right practices, what are the right personality types and traits, what are the disciplines, what are the thought processes, if we are not aware about them, then our financial wellness will be disturbed. So with this reminder that let us not be intellectually lethargic, I'll wind up today's episode. In tomorrow's episode, we will discuss one simple tool and something that we will be able to use right away. And we'll discuss two simple terminologies, expenses and income. Expenses and income, and a tool built around it. So stay tuned. We'll meet tomorrow again. Namaste.